I'll look for them. Anyway, that notwithstanding, now I told you before we took a break that we will go to our panelists, and since this is the first base jet for the year 2024, what do they see as the priority areas? What will shape Kenya's economy in the year 2024? What will be the challenges for Kenya's economy in the year 2024? They have actually made very wonderful presentations. So, ladies and gentlemen, first on stage, I'm tempted to introduce you like boxers, you know? That's one of my dreams. Maybe one day I become an announcer, weighing 215 pounds, coming on stage. It's none other than Ken Gichinga. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have Ken Gichinga giving his presentation first in regards to what 2024 portends for the economy. Ken,
yes.
You look sharp as always.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and indeed a happy new year. 2024 is expected to be a very interesting year, and indeed there will be many events that will shape both the Kenyan economy and the global economy. I think the most important will actually be events outside the Kenya, that's in the United States, where we expect the Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the United States, to be able to start cutting interest rates towards summer of this year. That's around June, July. What that will do, it will make the cost of borrowing cheaper, and we might start seeing the dollars that we saw escaping Kenya last year starting to come back into the economy this year. Moving on, the next thing that will be of a significant impact, indeed we've talked about global interest rates, we can move on to the next one, will be the issue of debt management. Obviously everybody is very aware of the Eurobond, which is due on June 24th of this year, and indeed the payment of that Eurobond and all other domestic bonds will be significant. Now, if you see global interest rates coming down as I project them to do so, we should also expect the refinancing costs, especially of our dollar debt, to start coming down. Right now, bonds, local bonds are approaching 20%. So indeed, that's one thing that needs to be brought down, because 20% on domestic securities is extremely high. It crowds out the private sector. So we do hope we start seeing interest rates coming down at least towards the traditional level that we've seen in the past. Moving on will be the issue of the Finance Act, indeed 2024. I think this indeed will be a hot potato in June. Obviously, I think the key proposal there has been to increase VAT from 16% to 18%. I think that will be a big challenge for the country, not least because of what it does to the cost of fuel, the cost of commodities, and I expect to see a big pushback, particularly on that issue. And lastly will be the issue of global fuel prices. Fuel indeed is the oxygen that the global economy utilizes for trade and movement, and global fuel prices will be significant. Now, traditionally, the OPEC countries have been dominating in terms of supply of the fuel prices, and they control the prices, but we are seeing a lot of other non-OPEC countries increasing their production. So we should expect to see a steady supply from non-OPEC countries. We've seen countries like Angola here in Africa. Angola used to be an OPEC member, has left, now it's an independent member. And those non-OPEC countries are expected to be able to ramp up supply and provide some moderation to fuel prices.
All right. Ken Gichinga.
Thank you.
A round of applause. That's why we should actually have think about a live audience.
Yes.
One of these days. That would be awesome, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that when you've done such a heavy presentation, we appreciate you for a job well done. Yeah?